Dead man walking. Now I had to put a special twist on this one because usually hearing dead man walking, but it could damn near be the same thing. Dead man walking is because one of the cats, I don't know if it was my boy B Elite up there up in Minnesota, told me to put them on this one. But what I want to talk to you cats about today is about debt, and why it's really the main reason why you cats don't grow. When I was coming up, right, my neighborhood, everybody knew a way to get around paying back your credit cards or opening up new social security numbers, and all this stuff is illegal, so don't ask me how it got done. But everybody was trying to find a way to get out of debt. You know what I'm saying? So much so that they came up with a million very unique ways to change their name, to open up businesses, to do it under tax IDs, a whole bunch of weirdo reasons instead of coming back and paying what you owe. If you wouldn't buy anything stupid, homie, you wouldn't mind paying people back. If you bought some Hammer pants, homie, and you still paying on them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's hard to justify you paying them, but you did pay them. Now, I'm not going to go into some moral trip of why you should pay people back. I mean, that's up to you, homie. If you want a whole bunch of people coming after you for the rest of your life over petty stuff, then keep trying to duck and dodge paying everybody back. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? If that's the way you set up, that's the way you set up. I'm not here to pass judgment on you. I'm just going to show you why you can't build. See, a lot of you cats, when you first start out, especially cats who get into college and really somewhere around 18 through 21, y'all start getting burdened with credit cards and everything else. It's the same thing that happened to me. I'm no different from you on that point of view. You know what I mean? The biggest thing is that I didn't really, I don't want to say I paid everybody back right away. I paid everybody back in due time. And that was a thing that I personally said that I'm going to pay them when according to my means, according to what I have, not just because they say it. So I usually cut up my credit cards, man, and never keep them. Or if I'm trying to build credit like some of you cats do, I usually get the credit card, cut it up, and then just let it sit there. And I know it never gets used because I never have anything to use it for. But let me tell you how it messes you up, young partner, when you really start getting out here and trying to make money. The thing is, man, unless you come up with a way to get some cash in your hand, you're going to have to go through all these credit bureaus. And then all these places are going to want to see if you have good credit. Otherwise, they're not going to loan you a car, or they're going to charge you some higher rates. Now, all because you didn't pay off a phone bill, or you didn't pay off Sprint or Virgin America or Boost or whoever you got. All this prepaid stuff that they put out now is because they know a lot of you cats just don't know how to balance credit. You just untrustworthy. And that's what bad credit does, homie. It is a public sign to the dudes with chips that you are untrustworthy. You will not be the dude who can give the money back. And so if a lot of you cats, like I said, if you're not doing it cash in hand, you're really stuck. You're going to get into a house and they're going to give you a high interest rate if they even give you a damn house. You're going to get a car and they're going to give you a high interest rate. So realistically, they are punishing you. You think you got away with it. You think oh man, they don't know, you know what I'm saying? I might have to pay a higher interest rate, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't have to pay back the phone bill. So instead of you paying off the phone bill for $150 or $600, whatever the hell you owe, now you go and get a car, and instead of your payments being $300, they charge you $450. Now, see, this is what you're not paying attention to. They're gonna get your ass sooner or later. So now, since you didn't pay off the phone bill, they tack it onto the back of your car note. Now your car note costs more money because you're not clean credit. And it all could have been wiped out if you just paid off the damn phone bill, and they would have never charged you that high ass interest rate. A lot of you guys are just not paying attention to what goes down. When you go get an apartment, they want more security deposit. All because you didn't pay the damn phone bill from 2 years ago. All because you didn't pay off a credit card from a year ago. Now they're going to do this for the rest of your dumbass life. And you're going to be paying a good $50 to $100 on everything you finance for the rest of your life, if not more. Right? No one's going to, when you try to get a cable bill or get cable set up, they're going to want a bigger deposit. They are all taking extra money out of you If you're not even paying attention that over the next 10 things you try to get set up, they took an extra $100, $200. You paying an extra G on something that you could have paid if you just paid off the 150. Now, a lot of people give you this other shit, like you can go and get your credit cleaned and wiped off and all this other stuff, all these scams and hustles they trying to do. And realistically, homie, it's best that you just tell them, call them up, tell them, if you keep putting interest on it, I'm never going to be able to repay it, and I'm just not going to repay it. I need the account to be frozen so I can pay it off. Now, a lot of people don't do that. They think they can just say, oh, they're just going to keep continuing interest. You call them and tell them that, or you tell them you just are never going to pay again. And then, I tell you the biggest hustle you guys don't do, get your credit report and dispute them, right? Call up, get all your credit reports. You call them up and say, I tried to make a deal with this guy. He didn't want to make a deal. And so I'm disputing the charges. This is how much it was when I called. So if you tried to call the dude and you owe $600 on February, and that's when you call, everything that comes after that, you could just say it's disputed. I called and tried to get this thing hammered out, but he didn't want to set up any payments. He just kept letting the interest roll. You can do that and dispute every last one. And the credit companies have to take it up. This is a better way for you to do it, and then you pay off the other stuff in the meantime. Let me tell you something straight up. You turn into a man, you turn into a woman. It's time for your punk ass to stop running. To stop being a punk about owing people. Because when you owe people money, you're not seeing it the right way. They not coming after you like the mafia about to pop you in your back of your head. You wouldn't, what makes it funny is this. You wouldn't owe a dude $20 from down the street because you're scared he might come and knock your punk ass out. But you'll owe the bank $200 and think that they won't ruin your damn life. Are you stupid? This is why majority of you cats can't get ahead in life. Because you're a dead man walking, homie. You got a whole bunch of debt and you're walking around lying about it. Your credit cards cost more than usual. Your car costs more than usual. Your apartment costs more than usual. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do, you don't get good rates no matter what the hell you go and do. So unless you all cash, and I mean dope dealing cash, homie, which a lot of you cats I know you aren't, you're gonna be walking around with this shit for the rest of your life. And you're happy with it. And then somebody comes along with some dumbass scheme to tell you to declare bankruptcy and then to wait 7 years. This is like by far the stupidest damn angle ever taken for someone to tell you to recommend bankruptcy and then for your stuff to come out in 7 years. In 7 years, you won't even remember the damn phone bill or the jeans or the what's that called you never paid off. Some of you cats who are so in debt with the devil, man, that y'all need to really sit down and go get you a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Someone legal to go and fight your system, because if you have let's say you have a repossession on your thing, you know they're not supposed to hold that against you forever. If you gave the car back, that means you gave back the collateral. If you guys will go get a lawyer and talk to them about it, they can argue with the car company and say, this is a settlement we're going to try to reach. You know, my client's going to give you $1,000 extra, but that's it. We want it off the report. You know, some of you cats really need to sit down and think about going to get this done the right way. But a lot of you guys, because you don't know any better, you go and get this, you know, you think you big balling because you got a black card. You think you're balling because you have a timeshares or whatever the hell all this stuff y'all get, and frequent flyer miles. Y'all a whole bunch of customers. Straight up, that's what I called you, a customer, for even believing that damn angle. That, you know, you have a card, that means you rich. I have access to a lot of money. What's the use of having access to a lot of money if you got to turn around and pay it back? That's not rich. Rich is you have a whole bunch of money, and when you spend it, what the hell I care? It's my money. Don't let them twist the way credit is in your head, homie. Credit means you owe somebody. Period. Cash means I don't. I don't owe nobody. So you gotta understand that this is gonna ruin your life. And then when I say ruin your life, I mean it's gonna ruin your chip chase. Because no matter what you do, when it's time to make a big deal, and you probably need the bank to loan you $25,000 to get your big company off the ground, no, they're not going to give it to you. And this is how poor people stay poor. Instead of just saying, I don't have no credit, everything I do I pay with cash, right? Or I use my debit card, I never use my credit card. You cats are trying to figure out how much do you have a check overdraft because you know you're gonna fuck up. So you asking these dumbass questions. I don't have nothing really good to say about you being in debt because you need to hurry up and get the hell out of it. It's sharecropping, homie. And when I tell you sharecropping, I do mean that old slavery way of sharecropping. You know, you make just enough to pay back massa. You never make enough to get ahead. And now some of you cats have found a way to be damn geniuses at manipulating credit, which is just a lie. Let me give you the bigger picture. Majority of your credit cards are ran through a couple of banks. Same basic banks, whether that be Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, you know what I mean, a couple of other banks. But if you always look at your credit card, look at the back of it, it'll say, you know, so-and-so bank protects this thing. So the banks all work together. Just like me and you, partner. Me and you own the block. And you have a bad renter in your building. He says he's going to come over to me. You don't think you're going to tell me that he a bad renter? Of course you're going to tell me he a bad renter. Of course you're going to tell me he untrustworthy. So what am I going to do when he comes to rent something from my building? I'm going to say, well, you know what? You got to put down 5 months of rent in order to rent for me. And you're going to be sitting there like, why, man? You know, that's just unfair. And I say, because you have bad credit. You untrustworthy. Your word don't mean shit to me. I don't care if you found a way to print up Bibles, homie, and we in the middle of Jerusalem. I don't care what the hell you talking about. I'm not going to help you with it. All because you wouldn't pay off a damn phone bill from 1999. You guys need to get your ship in order. You need to get your shit in order. You dig? And you need to really sit down and just start paying off these bills one by one by one. Until you get to this point, homie, you ain't gonna never be rich. You better hope you hit the lottery when you start your hustle, so you could pay all these people back. But most likely you won't. You're gonna think you got cash in your pocket. Let me tell you how it went down for me. When I got out of school, I had about $130,000 worth of school loans. 130. All right. So when I got out of school, that's why I immediately started the business, because I wanted to hurry up and get my money right. When I started making chips, I paid everybody off. Now, I paid them off maybe 8, 9, 10 years ago, somewhere in there, right? But as a result, I don't have any credit issues. In fact, on the paperwork, I look like I got very good credit, because somebody loaned your boy Freeman 130 grand. I paid that shit back. Now, what does that look to the person who's trying to give me 5 grand? Nothing. Oh, damn, man, on your record, you paid everybody back. See, you got to understand, man, that it's a matter of you taking priority to get out of bondage, to get out of jail, to stop people from messing up your name. The more credit you have on your books, the more of a liability. You don't look like a good person. See, everyone thinks the way it's set up, the more credit you have, the better you look. It's actually the opposite. The more people it looks like you have the potential to owe money to, the worse it looks. If a dude, we were on the street, homie, and somebody owed 20 people, do you want to be number 21? Hell no, partner, you don't want to be number 21. And neither does the bank. You know what I'm saying? If a company has a whole bunch of credit, and between all their vendors they owe them a lot of money, right? Nobody wants to be number 22. Nobody wants to give you credit after you come out of a bankruptcy. That's a damn lie. And if they do give you credit, they want to give you credit with high-ass fees. They want to hurry up and charge you extra money. So when you see these dudes talking about that they got a black card, a gold card, a green card, a silver, a platinum, a West African ivory tusk card, you know what I'm saying? These dudes always talking about how much credit they got. I know the banker, I know these people. What the hell do you need to know somebody? Why do you take pride in knowing someone that you owe? Or telling people that you have the potential to owe somebody? This is just backwards ass thinking. So for a lot of you young cats, man, you got an opportunity right now to start paying off all of the bills, every last one. You know, chunk them off. Get a side hustle, if only to pay off your bills. And I'm telling you, because in a couple of years, homie, you're going to wish that you didn't have nothing, that you were clean. Because then you could do it for the big stuff. Right now, you getting petty things on your credit that really don't matter. You probably not paying back some department store or something stupid. One day you're going to need that credit to buy something big. Maybe you're going to need it to buy a machine to run your factory for your empire. And when they run your numbers, homie, it's going to be on you. So stop being a coward, stop being a punk, and stop running. Grow up and take care of this stuff. A lot of people, when I first put out a thing about getting your tax ID or getting a credit under February 2010, a lot of you cats were like, well, you know, will they check my credit against my my social security number? Well, yeah, they're going to, even if you have a company. So they're going to determine if they want to give you credit. You didn't disappear, homie. Just because you have a tax ID, your name is still connected. Why wouldn't the IRS tell them that you're connected? They're going to come and send you an IRS bill, right? So the credit company is going to know who backs it too. A lot of the papers you're going to sign in the future will ask for a personal guarantee. So even though you're Rise and Grind Incorporated, they still want to know, they still want Daniel Freeman to sign his name and say, besides if the company failed, will you pay us back? You see, this is the way they get you. And if you don't get this credit stuff out of the way, you're never going to grow. This is why the majority of people with bad credit always do the same basic thing. I see your punk ass at Rent-A-Center getting a couch and a TV because you can't buy one normally. This is how bad things are. When you see people at Rent-A-Center, it's because they have such bad credit that even they won't give you money for a damn couch. You know how bad your credit gotta be for them not to give you stuff for a couch? A lot of you young brothers out here gotta stop being this way. If you have a real credit problem and you're young, I don't know if you buying shoes like a woman or you tricking or something. I don't know where the hell you getting this stuff from. But you need to think about how you're going to get out from under it. And the best way to get out from under it, homie, is to look at how many bills you have right now. It might be 500 to 1,000 to 2,000, and you just start sending out $200 a month. You know what I'm saying? Till you get this stuff done, and you grab the credit card and you cut it up, and you make sure you never use those credit cards again. You can get more credit later, but now that that card is there and it's paid off, you can always call back and tell them to give you a new one. Stop using credit like it's an extra money in your pocket. It ain't. It's actually a deal with the devil, because nobody else besides you messing with somebody on the block is going to ruin your damn life like these banks will. They're going to ruin your damn life. That's what happens when you fuck with them. It ain't like what you think. This ain't no free money. They will make sure that you can't get an apartment. They will make sure that you pay more for your car. They will make sure that your kid can't even go to college because your damn name means shit to them. And so now when you need your child needs a cosigner on a loan when he gets to college, they don't want your damn credit. Stop being a dead man walking, homie. Get your shit in order. Pay off these motherfuckers before they come and fuck up your life. Stop running and listening to these fags on the street who tell you they can repair your credit. The only way you can repair your credit is to give money back. It's the same angle that goes down on the street, homie. The only way me and you could be friends again is if we clean the slate and what you owe me, I got in my hand, right? All this other shit that they talking about when they on TV is a whole bunch of liars. It's the same basic elements that go down on the block, homie. You owe me money? Yeah. You gonna give me my money back? If you told somebody on the street you ain't gonna give them the money back, they gonna sock your ass in your head. It ain't gonna end by you running around the corner. And you know that. These dudes are the same way. They not coming to your house to knock on your door, but they gonna make sure that you get punished for the rest of your life. And y'all too dumb to see that they charging you more in everything else that you do. Your apartment, bigger deposit. Your car is a bigger, higher interest rate, so that's more money to them. Your kids, your colleges, everything they do, they trying to shut your punk ass down until you give them their money back. And y'all have created such a way that y'all love running like a bunch of cowards. You love running and hiding and being smart like you outsmarted the people who owe you money. You are too stupid to realize that your damn debit card is connected to a bank. Everything you do is connected to the bank. These motherfuckers are not stupid. You gotta think about this. Correct yourself. Straighten this stuff out. It might take a year, homie, but once it's done, and you'll remember never to owe anybody again. The only way a man stands on his own too is if he owns the land and he owns everything and he owes no one. Next time, partner.